Hey, what's up? It's JJ, Lonely Bull in Asia, here in my condo in Bangkok, back from my trip to Hua Hin. And thanks for tuning in. We'll give a couple of minutes for the stragglers to come on if you're on Philippine time. If you know if you know what Philippine time is, that means you're going to be a little late. So, but we lovingly joke about Philippine time in Southeast Asia. Hang on, I got my coffee here. Ooh, it's hot too. Very good. Anyway, how's things going? Where are you watching from? Is the audio good? Video's good? Uh, Sounds okay in my ears, but you just never know. And I'm looking on my phone. Looks like we're okay as far as video. But let me know where you're watching from, and we get on the comments here. And please go ahead and get on the chat, because I like the chat, because then you guys ask questions or have comments, and then I can respond to that, and it just makes the whole stream go a lot faster, and it's a lot more fun when it's interactive, like with you guys. So okay, John's on. From Toronto, Canada, finally. Thanks for joining live. Appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a little celebration today because I hit my 15,000 subscribers. Um, I, w- I was thinking maybe I'd have a chance to hit that 15,000 mark by the end of June, but I had my scam video has really blown up, and I've gotten a ton of subscribers through that. So I hit 15,000 overnight. I got up this morning at 5, looked at my dashboard, and it's like 15,000. It's like, oh, that's awesome. So I'm super humble about that. Super appreciative of everybody who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you watched any of my videos or watched my live streams and you see any value to the content, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that that notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos too. That always helps, because really less than half, when I look at my numbers, less than half of the people that view my videos are actually subscribers. So I guess that's a good and a bad thing. So thank you, John, for the applause. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Yeah, we're live here in Bangkok. I spent 3 or 4 days in Hua Hin. I got a buddy that's him and his girlfriend visiting from the Philippines, and they'd never been to Hua Hin before. So they went down there, and I met them down there. They're still there. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time there. I've been there before. It's a nice place. I like it. And we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. But you get to, if you're going down there, and I don't have a girlfriend or anybody I date down there. So it kind of becomes kind of a third wheel type thing when I'm with him and his girlfriend. So I didn't want to be overbearing and kind of wanted to step aside. So I only spent like 3 nights there. So got back yesterday. Was it yesterday? Got back Friday. Yeah, I got back Friday. Took the bus from the Blue Port Mall in Hua Hin, and it dropped you off at Ekamai BTS, right across from the Ekamai BTS station. So there's a terminal, bus terminal there, and it cost me 200 baht, so $6 to take that bus ride. So super cheap, and got back. I only had my backpack, so it wasn't like I had a lot of luggage. So that was nice. Hua Hin's nice. It's a beach town. If you've never been there, it's very quiet. It's more laid back, and with tourism down. Hang on a second. Let me move my mic cord so I'm not making all that noise. There, that's better. With tourism being down all over Thailand, it was very. There wasn't a lot of things going on. A lot of people there at all. Which was kind of nice, I thought. The beaches weren't overrun. The restaurants and the bars weren't overrun. But the locals there, the people that live there, not just the local Thai people, but the local expats that live there, They're they're a lot older than normal or than average, I would guess. Um, I would say the average age for an expat living there in Hua Hin is probably close to 70, if I had to put a number to it. Um, I felt old, and I'm not. I mean, I felt young. I'm not young by any means, but just some of the people I saw there, they seemed and acted just a lot older than me. So maybe I'm just a kid at heart or something. So Thomas, Rudy, good morning. JJ, thanks. Good morning to you, Thomas. Thanks for coming on. Hey, we got a good number early on, 15 watching so far. We're talking about Hua Hin. It's a lot older community. So I tell you, there's pluses and minuses to that. So, if you're older, you might fit in. If you don't like that older crowd and you're younger, um, you might you might enjoy it anyway, because then you're going to be the young guy. You're going to be the young guy in that whole community, and so your odds of finding a nice Thai girl to date uh, probably goes up quite a bit because of you being younger than most everybody there. So there's pluses and minuses to that. So, but but yeah, so Hua Hin's nice. It's got a nice big beach. It's got there's things to do. There's different bar districts. Where I was staying. There was a bar district, and I can't think of the name of it now. It's one of those that's hard to pronounce. Bing something, bin something. Anyway, but there's that little bar area there, and it's nice. And you got the girls that work at the bars there, so you can buy them a drink, a bar drink, and they flirt with you, you flirt with them, and it makes you feel good. And that's kind of how what I do is like I go there and I'll drink beer, play pool. They got, every bar's got a pool table, and the pool's free. So you can go play pool. Girls will talk to you. That's always nice. But it's nice, kind of a laid back. They're not overbearing. They're not like they are in, say, in Pattaya, in the walking street area. They're not like they are in Nana or Soy Cowboy. They're not going to try to be very aggressive and dragging you into their bar. They're not like that. They'll say hi. You walk by and everybody will say hi. Another area is called Wonderland, and that's a little more of a adult entertainment bar area. You've got more of those bar girls that are there, and you can bar find them if you want. I believe most of them can be bar fined. But mostly you just buy them a drink and have a nice conversation. I was there a little over a year ago, probably more than maybe almost 2 years ago. It was one of the first times I was there, and a buddy of mine and I went down to Wonderland, and I ended up playing what's the game where you get the three in a row or the four in a row little discs, and you drop them down. I can't think of the name of that game, that board game. Anyway, I was playing with a girl at the bar half the night playing that. So it was fun, drinking beer and just having a good conversation. So it was very nice. And the girls spoke English pretty well. So that was always nice too. So, and then if you want to do some of there's temples you can go to. There's Monkey Mountain, and there's a little beach on the other side, on the south end of Monkey Mountain. That's a really nice beach area, and they've got umbrellas and covered deck chairs you can lay out on. Of course, you can go out on the beach. You can go in the water. They've got horses. You can rent a horse to ride a horse up and down the beach. They've got food and drink that you can get there. They've got massage there right on the beach. So they've got pretty much everything that you want. And plus, it's all laid back, and it's not super busy, and it's not real adult oriented. So you're not going to see. That's it. Soe bin Tabat. That's it. Thanks. Appreciate that, Lubash, for clearing that up for me out of New Jersey. So yes, I was basically 2 blocks from that district, from that area. So, but I appreciate you and getting me straight on that. So I knew it was Ben something, but I can never remember the names. But there's plenty of things to do, and there's a couple of malls there, and they're not huge malls like you see here in Bangkok, but they're nice sized malls, and they've got nice food courts, and they've got great street markets here, night markets. One of them is on the weekend. It's a really nice market, and it's called Cicada Market, and that's my favorite market there. And they've got live music usually, and they've got lots of food vendors there, and lots of merchandise vendors there too. Yeah, that was. So Thomas says, "Did you go to Cicada and Tamarind night markets? Good and expensive food at both places." Yeah, I didn't go because those are weekend markets. So I was only there from Tuesday to Friday, I believe, something like that. I left Friday morning. So I didn't go, but I told my friend who's still down there to make sure he goes to the Cicada market. So, yeah, those two are, and they're right next to each other. And they're both really good markets, and they're good size markets, and it's cheap. And yeah, Cicada is my favorite one. But yeah, Thomas, didn't get to go there this time. But next time I go to Hua Hin, I'll go on a weekend so I can hit those markets. So, but there's plenty of things to do there. It's a small town. I think the population is maybe only 65,000 people. So it's if you equate that to the Philippines, you're talking about the same size as Dumaguete. And if you know where Dumaguete is, it's a small. But the nice thing about Hua Hin is transportation's easier than it is in Dumaguete. They've got Grab, they got taxis, they've got the bot buses that go up and down the main road, so you can just hop in the back of the bus, and if you want to head up to Blueport Mall or Market Village Mall or wherever you want to go, just hit the buzzer when you get there, and they stop and let you off, and then you just pay your 15 baht or whatever it is. So it's pretty cheap transportation on that main road. But then you can get Grabs if you want to go somewhere else. And if you want to go up to Monkey Mountain, I think it's 30 baht in the bot bus. So it's still under $1 to ride. So yeah, and nice places. One of the neat places is the train depot. The old train depot is really cool. If you just want to go and check it out, check that out. I've seen people have done YouTube videos on just the train depot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoy Hua Hin. It's kind of a nice little change of pace from the hustle and bustle that's Bangkok, or even the senses overload of Pattaya. Sometimes those places are fun and nice to go to, but sometimes you need a little relaxation, and that would be Hua Hin. That would be a nice change of pace. So if you're thinking about coming out to Thailand, or if you are in Thailand and you're wondering where to go that's laid back and not so adult entertainment, and it's got a nice beach, think about Hua Hin. And super cheap to live there too. You can get condos or villas for hardly. I mean, I've looked at 2-bedroom condos or 2-bedroom villas that are under $700 a month. So you can find something really, really nice. Now, if I were to live there or stay there extended time, I would probably buy a bike or rent a bike to get around. It's just a little easier. I mean, it's not like a huge area, but just a little easier if you own your own transportation. So you don't have to rely on Grab all the time, because that can, especially if you're living not near the beach area, not near the big popular areas. If you're living off on what would be the west side toward the mountains, you're probably going to be 2 kilometers away from the beach. So if you wanted to get down to that area or the business areas, bars and restaurants, you'd need a bike to get around. So that would be my suggestion to everybody wants to spend a little bit of time in Hua Hin. So, but it was fun. Oh, speak of the devil, Rigby's Philippines Life. Check out his channel. He's still in Hua Hin. How's things going? Did you get a chance to go to the Cicada market or the Tamarind market? He says, back from morning beach walk and in the pool now. Good for you. He's staying at, are you still at the, where is it you're staying? I can't remember what, LaCasa. Are you still at LaCasa? Staying there? That's a nice little hotel to stay at. Yeah. He says, Cicada was beautiful. Yeah, Cicada is a really neat market. Did you eat the good food? 2 more days at LaCasa. So, and then where are you off to? Because you're there until the 16th, right? And then you're flying to Chiang Mai. So LaCasa is kind of a resort hotel that's across the road from the beach, but it's just go across the road and you're right there on the beach. Takes you less than 5 minutes to get there. And it's really nice. They got a nice big pool, and Rigby likes it, and I'm sure Claire, his girlfriend, likes it too. Cicada food was awesome. Yeah, what were the prices like there at the Cicada night market? Let me know what the prices were like. It's been a while since I've been there. They had a pizza place right there. You get Western style pizza that was really good. Have to find a new place today for another week in Hua Hin. Okay. You can stay at that little dinky little room that I was in. 175 baht for dinner for each of you, or total? Is that for one or for two of you? 175 baht for dinner. We're talking in Hua Hin at Cicada night market. So 175 seems a little high, unless you got the seafood dinner. Is that what you got? Like the lobster tail and the shrimp and the prawns? That's probably a little higher, but 175 baht seems a little high if you're just getting like pak krapao or pad thai or something like that, just your basic Thai food. You can probably get it cheaper there, but maybe the night market's a little more expensive because you're paying for the atmosphere. Maybe that could be part of it. So Simply Social says, how's it going? I lived in Durant, Oklahoma. Now live in Denison, Texas. Thinking about coming there in October 25th, when my lease is over. Rent is $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom in this area. Yeah, so I lived in Tulsa and Broken Arrow, in that area, and I was paying for my townhouse. I was paying $1,450 a month. So yeah, so I'm paying about 1/4 of that now where I'm at in Bangkok. And in Denison, Texas, I lived in Carrollton, Texas, just outside of Dallas, Fort Worth. So I lived there for a while. Actually, I only lived there for about 4 or 5 months because I knew I went there for my job as an assistant director of a university there, of a school there. And I knew I was going to get transferred and promoted to director as soon as a position opened in one of the other schools across the country there. So I ended up staying at a room that was in a house that was owned by a Vietnamese family. So it was kind of cool because I was there in early, I can't remember, 2018, maybe 2018. I want to say that. But I was there early in the year. So I came home one night and I had the big master bedroom upstairs, and it had everything. It had like a living area, I had my TV, had a balcony, had everything but a kitchen. But it had a nice ensuite bedroom with a walk-in closet and shower and everything. But you had a community kitchen, so you had to go downstairs in the kitchen, and so I had a little shelf that was mine, a little part in the refrigerator was my food. But I came home one night, and her the couple that lived there, their family had come from Vietnam to visit them, and they were celebrating Chinese New Year's, and so they had all this food out on their big dining room table. So they invited me to dinner. It was awesome. That was my first time eating Vietnamese food, and it was fantastic. But I was only there about 4 or 5 months, and then I got transferred back to Indiana for my job. So, but it was a neat experience. And Carrollton is a really neat area, and I drive to work every day, and in where was it? Irvington, or Irvine, Irvington. I can't remember where the hell it was over by Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth area. And anyway, but I digress. Simply Social. I'm a graduate of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Went to college in the 90s. I'm also a grad of UAMS, Little Rock, now retired, ready to live with no stress. Yeah, you know what? Rigby and I were talking about this earlier this week when I was down there with him. It's like we shouldn't be living like this. We're sitting at the Standard, which is a resort villa that's right on the beach, and we're sitting at their pool and their bar outside there, and you got the pool on one side and the beach on the other, and we're drinking pints of beer and just enjoying life. And it's like, we shouldn't be living like this. This is almost criminal to be living this life for as cheaply as we live it. So, but it's fantastic, and I've never been happier in all my life. So let's see. I wanted to ask, should I do a soft landing in BGC for about 4 months, like to slow travel until I find a place I like? Yeah, I would say, yeah, do a soft landing, find a place that bring as little as possible with you. So if you can, I don't know if you're planning on moving here, I would probably store some stuff first, store your stuff. Don't get rid of everything until you've come here for a while and made that decision that this is where you want to be. But yeah, soft landing, it would be, BGC is good. You're going to spend a little more there in BGC in the Philippines, in Metro Manila, than you would like in Hua Hin, or even some of the other province cities in the Philippines. But you're still going to spend a lot less than $1,400 a month that you're paying for rent. You can get a really nice condo for $700, $800 in BGC. So you spend half of what you're spending now. But yeah, stay there for 3 or 4 months. Travel around, see what you like, see what you don't like, make those decisions. And I don't know if the Philippines is what you're looking at, or if you're looking at maybe other places in Southeast Asia. But the nice thing about the Philippines is that you can just keep renewing your tourist visa, and you can stay up to 36 months without having to leave. But that's the nice thing. But yeah, just find what's good for you. And see, I bet you can relate to that movie with Clint Eastwood when he became close to that Asian family. That movie had a lot of truth to it. Are you talking about what was it? Where we had the old car. Is that the one you're talking about? What was that called? I'm having a senior moment. But yeah, I'm the old guy. Get off my lawn. That's me. I'm still having a hard time retired, almost like a guilt feeling. Need to get away from the negative here where I live. My excitement here is going to the casino, but that gets old when everyone works. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I felt guilty when I first retired, or I felt, well, I got bored. I did get bored, and that's why I started this YouTube channel, just out of boredom. And I wanted to just share my experiences. So yes, he was a Gran Torino. Yeah, that's what it was. Gran Torino. Yeah, good movie. I'm that grumpy old guy. All you kids, get off my lawn. But you know what? It's not like that here. There are, I do have my grumpy moments, I will admit, that I think everybody does to some extent. But yeah, that was so funny. Um, but yeah, most of the time I'm just a happy traveler here and just really content because, like I said, this is the life I've never had. I worked my butt off for 62 years or whatever. Well, not 62, but I think my first job was when I was 13. So, but I worked until I was 62, 64, I guess. And just worked my butt off and stressed out. I had these jobs that were very stressful because I guess you could call me middle management. Had a director position, and most of the career I had, my final career in education. So it was very stressful. And boy, just once my contract ended, once I was done with my last job, I just put pen to paper and just decided, you know what, I'd have to go back to the U.S. probably to work, and I would have to work till I was 70, and I just don't want to do that anymore. So I just figured, I can stay in Southeast Asia on my retirement and be comfortable and have a great life. And so I did it, and I've never looked back. So thanks for the chat. I'm going to be looking for someone to take me around for a day or two for pay, of course. If you're available, let me know. Yeah, you're going to be in BGC in October. I may be back then. I'm not sure. I know I want to get back to the Philippines at some point, and it might be in that time period during the Christmas season. Christmas season starts September 1 in the Philippines. So, but Philippines and BGC in particular, they just do a great job with Christmas. And if you love that holiday, you love being in BGC area during Christmas time. So I may be there toward the end of October. Just keep in touch. Let me put my email address, and you can contact me there. Make sure I got that right. Okay, that's my email address, JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia at Gmail. So it's in the chat, and then I can also put it. I'll make a banner of it there too. So there. But yeah, just contact me. Let me know when you're there, and if I'm in the area, I'll definitely we can definitely hook up and meet. If not, I can always I've still got friends there in BGC, and I can always contact them and have them get a hold of you, or you can get a hold of them. So either way. Let's see, where are we at here? If you can recommend a good apartment, please let me know, and thanks. God and I will let you know. Dinner on me. Thanks. I love to eat. So let's see, apartments. So what I would do is just get a hotel for 2 or 3 nights first, and anywhere in BGC is probably going to work for you. And then while you're in that hotel, then you can look at something a little more long-term, like your 3 months or 4 months or whatever. And you can start looking around for that. That's what I would do, and just go look at these places in person. Then you know what they look like inside, what the facilities are like, where it is as far as location, how convenient it is to other things. So that would be my recommendation. Just go ahead and do that. We kind of got moved over to Philippines from Thailand, but that's okay. My last video was talking about scams that happened to me. So there's a lot of scams that could happen. So just be careful when you come over here for the first time, because things could happen. And the big thing is the first thing is going to be the airport scam, the taxi scams. Um, it's best to just download the Grab app. Grab is like Uber in the States. So get the Grab app downloaded to your phone. That way, when you get off the plane, you can order your Grab and it'll take you where you want to go. And when you get out of the airport, then just wait for your Grab and do it that way. Then you know exactly where he's going to take you. He knows exactly where to go, and you know exactly how much it's going to cost. So it's a little more pricey than a taxi, but you don't have to worry about getting scammed with the taxis because there's really probably, I would say 50% of the time, at least, maybe more, you get in a taxi and they're going to try to give you your ride without turning their meter on and try to charge you more. Maybe 70% of the time. Let's see. What else here? Do I land in Manila or another airport? If you're going to go to BGC, you land in Manila Airport, NAIA, and then you just take a Grab from there to BGC. And depending on which terminal you come in on, it will depend on how long your Grab ride is going to be to get to BGC. So I really like Thailand, but I'm concerned with everything that is going on there. The stuff going on up north. When you say the stuff going on up north, what do you mean by that? I'm not sure. I know there's some skirmishes with Cambodia down on the south part where the two countries meet, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. If you're talking about the burning season up north, yeah, that's there's 3 months out of the year, January, February, March, where the pollution can get really bad because they burn their crops up north, and that, like Chiang Mai, is just horrible to live in up there during that time, and it even gets as far south as Bangkok and even down to Pattaya sometimes too. So you just got to be cognizant of that kind of weather, and maybe just avoid being in Thailand during that time of year, or go way south where you're not affected by it. Yeah, you're fine. I understood what you meant. No problem. The skirmish is going on. I believe that's in the south part of Thailand, but I would have to check to make sure. It could be north of Bangkok, but it's not so far north. I'd have to check to make sure. I haven't really paid much attention to it. I hear about it, and there's little skirmishes, but right now there's nothing major going on, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Hotel that's reasonable in and around BGC. I would look at probably maybe an Airbnb for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and just get an Airbnb. And you'll probably find something up on uptown area BGC, where maybe one uptown would be a condo where you can find something like an Airbnb for 3 or 4 nights, and then just stay there while you're looking for a more permanent place. So yeah, BGC, I got you. I have the same problem with my phone. My phone likes to autocorrect. So I'll put something in and I'll hit send before I even look at it. And the next thing I know is my autocorrect on my phone has messed up my words. But oh well. Let's see. So what do you want to talk about? So I hit my 15,000 subscribers, so I'm super stoked about that. So I'm really, that excites me. I didn't think I would hit it, at least until maybe next month, but I got it overnight, so that's pretty cool. Let me see. Fort 101 Hotel in BGC is good, not too expensive, close to things. Let's see, is that, I'm trying to think where that is. Is that in BGC or is that across C5 from BGC? Fort 101 Hotel. I can't remember if that's the one that's up by Uptown, or if it's the one across C5, which is the one of the major highways. Yeah. Okay. So it is. Yeah, it's across from. It's not actually in BGC. It's in Taguig, but yes, I've heard it's a nice hotel. I've never seen it inside or anything, but it's super cheap, and it's literally right across the street from Market, which is one of the big, and SMR, which is one of the big, two of the big malls in BGC. So it's very convenient and very cheap. So yeah, that would be a place to stay for the first couple of days until you find something. Yeah, that would not be an issue, and you're going to find something really cheap. So that's what I would do. Awesome. Congrats on the 15,000 big accomplishment. Thanks for the info. Thank you so much, Simply Social. So appreciate that. Yeah, real close to SMR. Yep. Yeah, right across you just take there's a walkover that you can take that'll get you over there to SMR. I did a video. I'm trying to think which video it was. It might have been the video. Here, let me see if I can find it. It was just recently when I was back in BGC. It was either my bubble video where I walk all around the outside, but I don't think that was it. I think it was when I went to McKinley and walked by the mall there, the Venice Grand Canal Mall. It was that video. Let me see if I can find it here. And then I'll put it on there, and you can see me. I walk all the way up. I walk from my condo down to McKinley Hills, and then walk by the mall. And then when I leave, I go back the other way, and you'll be able to see the Fort 101 Hotel. Let's see, where is it? Hang on, I'm looking for it. Must have been longer ago. Let's see. Can you handle the Philippines? Stand by. It was the one where I said, is it better than BGC? That's the one I said. Unbelievable. Oh, here it is. Unbelievable place outside of BGC. This is the one. Okay, let me see if I can get a. Let me see if I can share this. Hang on a second here. I'm probably losing people off this live from screwing around here trying to figure out how to share this. Let me see. There's share. Okay. Copy. Okay. This will work. Okay. I'm going to paste it in the chat. Okay. I only lost 4 people. Okay. So there, it's pasted in the chat there. Is there any night markets around the BGC area? No, not really. BGC is more of a high end. So you're not going to see the street food and the night markets. Now, if you go to Makati, there's a couple of really nice night markets there, and I'm trying to think of the names of them. But you can find those there. You can find a wet market right outside in Taguig or in Makati called Guadalupe. So you can get some wet market, like if you want to find some fresh fruit or vegetables or things like that, if you're doing any kind of shopping like that. One of my criteria to where I want to stay is to be close to the beach or park. To bet 10,000 a day. Like to get a condo with a pool, weight room, and walkable area. Most condos in BGC and Makati or Metro Manila have those facilities, have the pool and the weight room. Now, some are better than others, but yeah, most of them you'll find pretty easily. And if you're talking about 10,000 a day for staying, that's easy. You can get that easily. So, all right, there's the video that you can basically. I walk all the way down to McKinley Hills from BGC and then walk back. And when I walk back, you'll be able to see Fort 101 Hotel. Yeah, I don't think BGC is beach or park life. Yeah, you're right. It's not. Definitely not beach. There's no beaches near BGC. Parks, there are small green areas. There's some larger parks in Makati, but you're not gonna like, if you want a beach area or if you like big parks like they have here in Bangkok. Your BGC is probably not for you. It's more of a walkable city. It's kind of like oh, I don't know, maybe like a Singapore, like a small Singapore or a small Beverly Hills. That's the kind of vibe you're going to get there in BGC. Oh, steps, 10,000 steps a day. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's walking in BGC. You're going to get that 10,000 steps. No problem. It's a walkable city, very walkable, big sidewalks, not a lot of construction where you have to go out, walk in the street a lot. And everything's pretty walkable. You can get from one end to the other in less than 20 minutes by walking. So yeah, you'll get your 10,000 steps in. Let's see. Lots of guys in BGC are doing walking. Yeah, very walkable. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So, but there's the video. There's the link to the video where I do that walk. It's only about a 20-minute walk from my condo, which was on 5th Avenue on the south end of BGC. Walk down to McKinley Hills, which is another like an area district in Metro Manila. It's got a nice mall, lots of restaurants, cafes, coffee shops, that sort of thing. Lots of nice condos there, and it's shaded, got a lot of trees. It's a neat walkable area too, although it's hillier or more hilly. So you'll get some exercise going up and down hills. So if that's, BGC is mainly flat. McKinley Hills is just that, it's a hill. So you're going up a hill a lot of the times. So if you like that, maybe McKinley Hills is the place for you. So let's see. Let's get caught up here. Do you still plan on having a base and travel from place to place? Yeah. So right now, Bangkok is my home base. All my stuff's here. I got my studio, I got my golf clubs, I got all my clothes. So everything's here. So when I travel, like on the 17th, I'm flying up to Chiang Mai up north in Thailand, and I'll just take a backpack. I'll probably take my laptop. So if I do any videos there and I need to edit and post, I can do that there. But then it's like a backpack. I'll be there for almost a week. And then I'm coming back here. And then next month, Gio in the Philippines is coming to Thailand. And so him and I are going to fly to Cambodia at the end of July. That's when my visa, I'm still on a tourist visa here. So that's when my visa will expire on August 1st. In fact, this week, I'll go get my 30-day extension so I can stay until August 1st. Then we'll go to Cambodia. I'll probably be there for a couple of weeks in Phnom Penh. Go down to Siem Reap, check out Angkor Wat, or go up to Siem Reap, check Angkor Wat. And then I'll probably be in Cambodia for probably 2 weeks, I'm guessing. And then from then, I'll either come back here and regroup, or I may fly right from Cambodia, right from Phnom Penh to either Vietnam, back to Da Nang, or I might go back to the Philippines, back to BGC. I have not decided yet. I want to get an education visa here in Thailand and learn the Thai language. And so I'm doing more research on that because I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing one is, yeah, you can do it. I've talked to 3 different schools, and they're all 3 certified with immigration, Thai immigration, so they can get those visas without a problem. But I've also read online where if you're over 50 years old, you can't get an education visa. So I got to do a little more research on that and see what's going on. But that's my loosely planned plan right now. Is there an immigration office close to you? If I live there, I believe I qualify for the retirement visa. What do you think about retirement visa? Yeah, so in Thailand, the retirement visa is you have to deposit 800,000 baht into a Thai bank account, and that's about 24,000 US dollars. And then you have to show that you are putting 65,000 baht a month into your Thai bank account, which is about $1,900 a month. So if you qualify for that, you're over 50 years old, you can get the Thai retirement visa. I'm a little worried about putting a lot of money into a foreign bank account. So I'm kind of hesitant on that right now. I'll probably end up getting it. I'm not sure yet. In the Philippines, it's only as long as you've got an income, Social Security, pension, whatever. If you're over 50 years old, you only have to put in 10,000 US dollars in a Philippine bank account to get that retirement visa. Otherwise, it's 20,000. If you don't have any income, you have to put 20,000 in, and then you have to pay annually, I think, to update your retirement visa. Or you can stay on a tourist visa for up to 3 years and pay like $25 a month for your extensions. So, and there's, as far as immigration offices in Bangkok, there's one. That's the worst part about Thailand as opposed to the Philippines. Philippines, in Metro Manila, every little city in Metro Manila has at least one immigration office, a Bureau of Immigration office. Here in Bangkok, there's 2 offices, but only one does the visa extensions. And so you can imagine in a city of 15 million, and who knows how many million of those are visitors looking to extend their visas, you can imagine how busy that's going to be. So, yeah. Thai language, I believe you have to be in the classroom 4 days a week. Too hard on my back to sit for so long. Yeah, it's I've looked into, like I said, I've looked into 3 different schools, and they've got different schedules. But yeah, you have to actually be in class. It's not online, or if you don't show up, you're going to get found out by Thai immigration, and they're going to cancel your visa, maybe even kick you out of Thailand, or even blacklist you, ban you for a while because you're using that visa unlawfully. I'm having a rough day today. Have you ever watched Rest with Rob? He's American, speaks Thai pretty well. No, I have not. Does he live in Thailand, I assume? Rest with Rob. That's hard to say. I'm having a tongue twister day today. No, I have not watched his channel, but maybe I'll check it out. But yeah, so Thai language there's 3 levels in these. One of the schools I was looking at, or most of the schools I'm looking at, you can do 3 levels. And if you sign up for all of them at once, it's like 14 months. So you can get basically a 14-month education visa. So you go through level 1, and that's like 3 months of classes, and you learn basic Thai. And then you move up to level 2, and you learn more advanced, and that's 4 months. And then the final 7 months is level 3, which is advanced, where you're actually learning how to read and write Thai, as well as speak and hear and understand Thai. That's where it gets really complicated, because the Thai alphabet is 77 characters, and none of them look like ours. in the Western world. So that's where it gets complicated. So I thought about, well, I'll just sign up for the whole 14-month, but then I thought, well, what if I go into level 1 and I suck and I fail out of the program? Then I've wasted all that money and time. So I think it'll cost me a little more to do each level at a time, but I'll probably do it that way just in case I don't do well and I can't move on to the next level. Oh, he's in Isan, so he's up northeast part of Thailand. Isan women are beautiful, and they're like province women in the Philippines. So if you can find a beautiful Isan woman that lives and works in Bangkok, you're gonna be in great shape, because they will take care of you. Have you been to Ryer and Go? He moves around every three. Have you seen Ryer and Go? He moves around every 3 months. Do you think that would be hard on an old guy? I think he's 57 years old. So I tried this slow travel thing. I watched Vagabond Awake. Him and his girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend from, I believe she's Malaysian, but she might be Chinese. And his channel is called Vagabond Awake. He's American. And her channel is called Hobo Adventures, I believe. But they've been slow traveling for like the last 10 years. And so they don't have a home base. I tried that for about 5-6 months in 2023, and I hated it. I need a home base. I need a place to stick my things. And that's yeah, it just wasn't for me. So, but yeah, if he can do it, that's great. It wasn't the fact that I was tired, being old. That wasn't the issue. It was just not feeling like I belong anywhere. And at least here, I got a year lease here in Bangkok, and so I feel like it's home, and I've got some place to go home to, and that's what's nice about it. So, hey, Edwin, stay strong, JJ. Thanks. You too, Edwin. Appreciate you coming on. Oh, Retire and Go. Okay, Retire and Go. I'll have to check that one out as well. Thomas says Retire and Go. Met him in Kuala Lumpur in March. Nice. That's another place I want to go. I've heard great things about Kuala Lumpur. I have not been there yet. I have a membership for life with him. He is great. Oh, awesome. Great. Actually, now that you mentioned memberships, so I have got an advisor with Google that works with me in my YouTube channel. So he mentioned that start a membership. So I did. And I went the cheapest route. It's like 99 cents a month. So if you want to become a member, right now I've got some videos posted on there that's members only. There's some older videos. But once I start getting members, I'll start posting membership only videos, some new stuff, and you'll get the videos before anybody else gets them. And so if you're interested, if you want to join, really super cheap, 99 cents a month, go ahead and go to my membership page and see if not, no problem. I did it because he told me to do it. So what the hell? Yes, that guy is organized. Very cool. Yeah. Vagabond Awake. Yeah. He's good too. He does. I like his channel because he goes everywhere though. He doesn't hang out in Southeast Asia, but most of his content is Southeast Asia, but he goes everywhere. So yeah, I like his channel. His girlfriend's beautiful. She used to be a model, I guess. So she gave up her model career to hang out with that dude, going all over the world, I guess. So yeah, that's all right. But you know what? The slow travel is not good for me. I just don't like it. I need a place to call home. So, all right. What else is on your mind? We've covered a lot of topics already, and we've been on almost an hour already. So time flies. Enjoying the chat, enjoying your guys' comments. Let's see, what's your next big move? Well, like I said earlier, I'm going to Chiang Mai for a week later this month. And I'm actually going up there. My main reason to go up there is to meet Nick and Dee Nimmin. They're brothers that live up there in Chiang Mai. They're both American. They are YouTubers, but their YouTube channel concentrates on how to be successful with YouTube. So I want to pick their brains a little bit if I could and meet them because they do live streams every Saturday night. And so I watch their channel all the time. I'm always asking questions on their channel. But they do great content, and they just seem like super cool guys. So I want to meet them and pick their brain a little bit if I can, buy them a coffee or whatever. That's my main reason. I've been to Chiang Mai a couple of times before. It's a neat area, and this will be a good time of year to go up there because it's the end of burning season's done. So the air will be clean. It'll be beautiful. I also want to go up on that trail that heads to the foot of the Himalayas. That's on my bucket list to hit that when I get there. And then the end of July, I'll be going to Cambodia for a couple of weeks, probably at least 2 weeks. And then from there, either back here, maybe Vietnam, or maybe back to the Philippines for a while. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So thanks, JJ. Anything you want to know about current events in the USA? No, I don't want to know anything about what's going on in the US. Last I heard that, well, I won't even get into it because I don't want to get in anything political. I try to stay away from all that crap. And that's one reason why I didn't go back. Why I didn't go back to the US because all the shitstorm that's going on there. What's your choice in footwear for hot weather? I just wear my tennis shoes or walking shoes or whatever. I'm not a big flip-flop guy. I'm not a big sandals guy. I just wear my tennis shoes, and most of my tennis shoes are lighter weight. They're kind of almost a mesh, so they're breathable, and so it really doesn't. My feet don't really get hot. So that's what I wear. So not a big flip-flop guy. I don't like, I don't know. I'm not a big foot guy, so I think feet are ugly. So that's why I just don't want to show my feet to anybody. I just want to keep it hidden. And so I'll wear shoes that are covered. That's just me though. I know guys that's all they wear around here is the sandals. So, but not for me. Now, if you're going out, we're in rainy season here, so you could walk outside and the sun will be shining, and then a half hour later, you could have a downpour of rain that'll last you for another, last you 2 hours. So you could get some flooding, some localized flooding in the streets. So if you're stuck in that and you have to walk around, you should probably wear. So I've got some water shoes that I can wear. So it's like I can wear on the beach, take it into the ocean, wear it in the water here, So I've got those I can put on if I think it's going to rain. So do you speak any Thai? How do you find navigating around Thailand when you first went there? I do speak a little Thai, but not a lot. So I can get by basic stuff, but if it's anything in depth, then I run into a problem. And it's not so much me speaking it, it's more of me understanding what they're saying because they're so used. It's like if I was to talk to somebody that only speaks Thai and just a very little English, and I'm talking like this, I'm talking really fast, they're not going to understand me probably, or it's going to be very hard. And that's the way it is with me. I can go up to somebody and say, Sawadi Kap, Samaiti Bai, and they'll start talking to me like, oh, he knows Thai, and then they'll start blah 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 blah, and then it's like, yep, that's as far as I can go. So yeah, so that can be a little bit of an issue. Not so much in Bangkok, where in most of the touristy places, heavily expat populated places, most all the Thai people that work in those places, those retail shops, restaurants, bars, they speak English pretty well. So it's no different than being in the Philippines in that respect. Now, if you get out in the outskirts of Bangkok, like where I'm at on the south end of Bangkok in Samut Prakan district, um, I can go to. I've got a favorite little restaurant right across here in the little shopping area called Palm Island, and it's a Thai restaurant. It's owned by a Thai family. So the husband, he cooks, the wife takes your order, the daughter and the son um, take your order to your table, and they'll clean your plates up and all that stuff. So, but not much English, very, very little English is spoken. So you just kind of have, and the menu's all in Thai. If you're in proper Bangkok, if you're in the business area there, most menus have it in Thai and English. Out here, hardly anything is in English. So you just have to either use your Google app where you can point it and translate, or you're kind of just, if there's pictures, just point at the picture of what the food you want. So, but there, you're going to run into a little more problems like that. Getting around is navigating in Thailand. Once you get comfortable, so especially like in Bangkok, so they have all the trains. They got the BTS, which is a sky rail that runs all over Bangkok. They've got the MRT, which is the subway that runs all over Bangkok. Once you understand how it works and you get comfortable and you're not so intimidated by the fact that it's so busy and you don't know which way the trains go and all that. Once you understand that, then it's a lot easier to get around. And that's my number one method of transportation, is using the train system. You can get pretty much close to any place using the trains in Bangkok. So once you understand that and understand how Grab works and the tuk-tuks and understand what the prices are so you don't get scammed, you're going to be fine. I'm moving to BGC, best area to get a condo. I would personally, now I know people that swear by Uptown, where Uptown Mall is. They love it up there. I just think it's a little too concrete jungle-ish for me. I like it down by Forbestown. You can find some nice condos there. And Forbestown is a really neat street there that's got fantastic restaurants, bars. It's close to High Street. Another area would be off of High Street in the Meridian, the condos, Meridian and the Verve. Those condos right near High Street South are fantastic and super convenient. You walk outside and you're right there in restaurant areas. So that's where I would look at BGC. I love BGC. Oh, hey, John. How's it going? Hey, JJ, when you moved to Southeast Asia, did you lose any weight? Yeah, it comes and goes. So when I moved to Bangkok, when I lived in BGC, the last year and a half, I had a girlfriend and we lived together. And so she cooked a lot and she fed me a lot. I think she wanted to keep me chubby. So, so other girls wouldn't notice me, I guess. I don't know. Joke long. But yeah, so I gained weight. I gained about 25 pounds before I left BGC. And so when I moved to Bangkok, then I kind of started eating Thai food and started eating less rice. And I started working out at this condo here, and I lost weight. I lost all that weight. And then when I went to Vietnam last December, January, February, and then went back to BGC for March and April, I gained the weight back. So now I'm back. I got back here and I weighed 216 pounds, which is anything over 200, I just feel miserable. So I weighed 216 when I first moved back here. I had my scale here. So it was the first time I was able to weigh myself for a long time. It's like, oh my God, I gained all that weight. Now I'm down to I weighed myself yesterday. I was at 202. So I've lost 14 pounds. I want to get down to under 190. That's my ideal weight. That's where I feel the best. Um, it's been a while since I've been to that. So it's a struggle. How do you stay away from seed oils and sugars? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to. Sugars not so much unless they put it in the food. I don't put sugar on anything. I don't like sweets. I don't eat, you know, cakes and ice cream and things like that. I don't eat any of that. But the oils you can, it's hard to know what everything's cooked in. So that can be an issue. So you just kind of watch how much you eat of what you eat, and then try to work out, try to be active, try to get those 10,000 steps in a day. That's kind of how I go about things. So I'm no expert by any means as far as how to stay in shape and lose weight, but for my age, I think I'm doing okay. What else is on your mind? We talked about fitness. We talked about diet. Food is awesome in Thailand. It's the best food ever. That's the number one reason I come here, is for the food. And the fact that Bangkok has got so much as far as entertainment. You can do anything from live music. Like I think tonight, I was going to do it before I left for Hua Hin, but I didn't get a chance to. And then I was just bored and tired this weekend, and so I didn't do anything Friday night or Saturday. But I think tonight I'm going to go down to W District, which is off of Prakanan on the BTS, the Green Line BTS on Sukhumvit. And behind W District is like a big outdoor area with like bars and restaurants and all that. Really neat area where you can sit outdoors and enjoy music and things like that. But they've got a bar behind there that's got live music 7 days a week. So I'm going to go check that out. JJ, what's your everyday carry setup? I carry a flip side wallet and a knife and gun, also a flashlight. Well, you're not going to be able to carry any of that especially BGC or in the Philippines. It's against the law for foreigners to own a gun or carry a gun. So, and I don't know about getting that stuff when you get there. Now, you can go to these street markets, especially in Bangkok, and buy knives. I don't think you can buy guns, but you can buy knives. I don't know what the laws are, so I don't carry any of that. I just end up hurting myself, I think. So I have 2 friends lost over 100 pounds here. Wow, nice. I lost 150 pounds of ugly fat back when I lived in the U.S. back in 2012. I divorced my wife. But I'm bummed. I'll be here all week. Rigby's Philippine life. Can you share on how they lost? Okay. Yeah, I would be interested to know that. How much do they weigh to begin with? Maybe they're sick and that's how they lost weight. I don't know. Check out the carnivore diet. Easy to lose weight and feel great. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. It's like, yeah, I would love to do the carnivore diet, but I love Thai food so much. And Thai food is basically noodles and rice and vegetables. So it'd be hard to do the carnivore diet and still eat all my Thai food that I love. So I lost so much weight so fast. The first 30 pounds, I had to start drinking Coke to keep weight up. But after a couple of years here, now I'm back to watching my weight. Yeah. Yeah. When you're in the Philippines, it's kind of a hit and miss thing. If you get into that habit of eating like a Filipino and you're eating a lot of rice 3 times a day, you can really put on the pounds and you don't even realize it. So, Linux Life, love your content. Found you through Evan's YouTube. What visa agency did you use in Thailand? I have not used an agent yet. So there's a couple I'm looking into when I make that decision on what visa to get. And I will let you know as soon as I do. But thanks for coming on. Yeah, Evan's great. He's one of the first guys, one of the first YouTube channels I looked at when I was deciding to move here and where to move. And he was concentrating on BGC, and I was watching his videos, and he was showing all these places to eat and go to BGC and how beautiful it was during Christmas. And it's like, I'm going there. And I'd never heard of BGC before. So yeah, it was kind of a cool thing. Just got into Tong Lo last night. Gonna go check exchange rates at the mall. So here's what I would do. So the banks have, this is what I found out talking to a bank teller at one of the banks here in Thailand when I was going to exchange money, and I wasn't really thrilled with the exchange rate. And she told me, it's like the banks all have basically the same exchange rate because they're controlled by the bank, or the government controls the exchange rate on the banks. Those little businesses, those kiosks you see all over town, all over Bangkok, they compete against each other. So they will have more competitive exchange rates. So you just have to kind of shop around. And I found that if you're just walking up and down Sukhumvit Road, especially when you get closer to from Asok to Nana, in that more of that adult area, there's more exchange places. Just go and find out what the exchange rate is at each. And you're going to find, eventually you're going to find one that's got a good rate, and then just use them. But just don't fall into the scam that happened to me. If you watch my last video, I got scammed the first time I was here in Bangkok. I exchanged money, found a really good rate, exchanged the money, and he counted it out, and I didn't pay any attention to it. And then when I was looking later, I found that he replaced one of the thousands with 100. So he made 900 baht off of my mistake. So make sure you count your money carefully. And because the money looks, I mean, the colors are very similar, especially 100 and 1,000 baht bills are very similar in color. So if you're new to it and you're not paying attention, it's very easy to mistake one for the other. So just don't fall into that trap. Just make sure you count everything and look very carefully before you walk away. I'm sure if I had caught it and went to him and said, "Hey, you gave me 100," he would have said, "Oh, sorry, sir. I don't know how it got in there." Obviously, he would have made some excuse, but yeah, he made a little pretty penny off of my mistake, my rookie mistake, the first time I was here, which almost 3 years ago now. It'll be 3 years, I think, in September. You are welcome, Travis. No problem. Thanks for coming on. Let me see. Rigby says 10,000 steps a day. My one friend walked every day to the mall, then walked inside the mall to get 10,000 steps. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I did every day when I was in BGC. I was walking 10,000 steps. Carnivore is great. Yeah. Unfortunately, here in Bangkok, it's hard to do. Too much good food. One guy was 350 plus. Just sent his picture in a regular extra large shirt, his goal. Wow. Wow. So now he's down to 250. Okay. Awesome. Say Cebu versus BGC, which is better for soft landing? I would think BGC. You might spend a little more, but I don't know. I'm not a big Cebu fan. A lot of people swear by it. They love it there. And a lot of people stay there. And a lot of people say the dating's better there. Probably is better than BGC. You have to get outside of BGC or bring a girl outside of BGC to BGC if you want to date. It's hard to meet anybody unless you walk up to a waitress or somebody in retail and you get their number. Then you can probably find somebody to date. But yeah, I don't know. It depends what you're looking for, but I'm not really thrilled about Cebu. I think the traffic's harder. There's nothing really walkable there, other than like IT Park, which is small. Let me see. I heard they want to just keep long-term visa holders there as far as banking goes. Hit or miss, like in the Phils. Seems like it goes by branch, apparently, from people I know in Chiang Mai. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing that they're freezing some accounts. And, even that new DTV visa where you get the 5-year visa, a destination Thai visa, that's considered a tourist visa. So they're even cracking down on that as far as bank accounts and opening up a bank account through that. So you have a few friends there who are digital nomads, friends in Cebu. Nomads, yeah. Do you see yourself returning to BGC? Yeah, I'll go back to BGC. I don't think I would live there again unless something drastic happened and I couldn't, there's no way I could get a long-term visa in Thailand or Vietnam, or if I had to go, maybe there was a Filipina that I was madly in love with and ended up wanting to be with her forever, then I might go back to BGC. But right now, I would say I'm staying in Thailand. Yeah. Zarina, Uptown Mall, and BGC, best exchange rate I've seen. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So you're talking exchange rates in BGC. Yeah, I was talking about Thailand. Sorry about that, Thomas. Hey, JJ, do they have any expat meetups there in BGC? Yeah, there's a Sunday morning breakfast meetup in BGC that they usually kind of move around each Sunday. There's some groups you can get on Facebook. You just kind of have to be careful. Some groups are kind of nasty, kind of the get off my lawn, grumpy old men groups. But there are some good ones too. You just have to kind of look around and find the one that fits you the best. 10,000 steps, that's about 5 miles. Yeah, that's a good number. I've worn out so many shoes. I need new tennis shoes, actually. Need new running shoes or walking shoes because my soles are all wearing out on the shoes I've got because I've walked so much. The DTV is also true. I have a buddy who retired from the military after 30 years, and he has been in Chiang Mai for about a year. I wanted to visit, and he mentioned going to the branch about his banking. Let's see, before he committed to the visa, where you deposit more money than in a Thai bank. Yeah, the DTV visa, I don't know. I'm not sure on all the specifics. So, but it's still a tourist visa. So, you kind of have to be aware that you may or may not be able to open up a bank account with it. Just kind of depends. Everything in Asia is different than in the US. US has specific rules, and it's true no matter where you're at in that company. Like if you go to a bank and they have certain rules, every bank you go to, every branch you go to has the same rules. In the Philippines and to some extent in Thailand and Vietnam, it just kind of depends where you go and who you talk to. It's just it's so hit and miss. It's almost laughable. Try BGC Breakfast Group and BGC Coffee Snobs. They aren't snob. Yeah, the BGC Breakfast Group I like that group. They're fun and they do it every Sunday morning at I think around 10 a.m. Before you commit to the visa, where you deposit more money in a Thai bank. Yeah. So yeah, just kind of depends. That's why I think I'm going to go through an agent to help me with all that. I think it'll be easier for me. What cities in Europe would you consider moving to? None, at least right now. I want to go to Ireland. I've never been there. You can see my Irish flag back behind my little Buddha there. I wanted to go there, but I heard that it's nuts there too. Dublin's gotten really dangerous, I've heard. So until things settle down, I probably won't take a visit. But if I were to live somewhere other than Southeast Asia and back in the US, it would probably be somewhere in Ireland. That's probably where I would go. Maybe Galway. That would be cool. But like I said, I've never been there. So there's always whys. Yeah. So my whys So here's what happened. So I've been using my Wise account forever, right? I've been paying all my rentals, all my utilities, everything through my Wise account since I moved here. So we're talking back in 2022, March of 2022. I've been paying my rent every month, and I just do a bank transfer from my bank account to the landlord's bank account through Wise. Never a problem in the Philippines. Never a problem in Vietnam when I was living in Da Nang. Never a problem in Bangkok. Been making my payments here since last October. This time I went to make my payment and I got this notification on my Wise app that says, sorry, we cannot currently send your payment to this account. So I tried it again, tried changing my VPN, location, tried everything, tried resetting my phone, rebooting my phone, everything. Never, I got the same message all the time. So I contacted Wise, and they emailed me back, and I called them and I talked to their customer service, and she was very helpful, very sweet person, and she couldn't find a problem, so she sent it up the chain to her supervisor, who contacted me and then said they would contact me by email, let me know what's going on. Well, the email I got basically said they don't know why it's not going through, but it could be sometimes some regions get denied service with Wise and it's out of their hands. So whatever the case, so I couldn't make my payment with Wise. So I thought, well, I'll try Western Union. I couldn't use Western Union because the landlord is actually the owner of this condo building. So it's not to a person, it's to a business. So there's no person attached to the account, the bank account that I would send it to, and Western Union won't send it to anything but a name. So I tried to use MoneyGram, same thing. MoneyGram won't send anything to anybody except unless they have a name. So luckily, and I don't know why they didn't bring this up earlier, but I was in Hua Hin at the time, and they said, well, we're not going to charge you your extra because you're not coming back until the 6th, which is, you have until the 5th to make your payment. Otherwise, they charge you extra for late. They said, we're not going to do that. So come in and go to the second floor, and the office is there, and you can just pay with your card there. It's like, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? I've been doing that. I would have been doing that all this time. So I was able to make my payment with my card. So anyway, everything's good. But I don't know what's going on with Wise, and maybe it has something to do with the Thai bank issue. Maybe there's a tie-in there. I don't know. So if anybody else is having issues with Wise, let me know. Thai is on the calendar. The visa runs in the Phils got annoying. I wish they still had the 6-month renewals instead of 2 months. More people would visit. Yeah. The only thing about, the nice thing about BGC is it's so easy to extend your visa at the BI office on the 8th floor of SMRA. Just go up there, and it's literally like a 20-minute process. So that makes it super easy. But yeah, I guess you can go to the main office in Intramural in Metro Manila, and you can apply for the 6-month extension, but they may or may not accept it. So it's kind of a crapshoot, I think. Internations have monthly meetings. Yeah, I belong to Internation. I used to belong to Internations Manila, but now I transferred to Bangkok. So they've got meetups all the time, and the Manila Internations group is super busy, super active. They've got things going on all the time. And the neat thing about that, if you're kind of a party guy, you can hang out with those people there at Internations. They do their events, and then after the event, they usually do what they call after hours and go to a club or a bar or somewhere and continue partying. So if that's your thing, join Internations Manila. It's a pretty active group. Yeah, an agent can help. Definitely. Also, Malaysia. Sarawak is also nice. I don't know where Sarawak is, but I do want to go to Kuala Lumpur. Definitely want to check that out. Yeah, I could hang out with Rosie O'Donnell. No thanks. I'll pass on that. Hey, Maria. Hi, JJ. Which tropical island in the Philippines do you like best? Well, I don't go to a lot of those touristy tropical places, so I don't hang out in Palawan, or I don't go to Boracay or El Nido or any of those places. But I have been to Siquijor. I do like the beaches at Siquijor. Um, Guimaras Island, which is a short ferry trip from Iloilo. I like that. I do like where else? Bohol was okay. I was at Alona Beach. It was okay. It wasn't. I was expecting something a little better, but it was all right. But other than that, I don't really hang out at all the big touristy um, the beach islands. So there's so many islands. I mean everything's an island. So if you want to call being in Metro Manila in Luzon Island, I've been down to Tagaytay, I've been down to Cavite, I've been up north in Luzon, been to Leyte, been to Tacloban and Leyte, been to Ormoc, I've been to Bye Bye City, I've been to Mahaplag, been all over Leyte, which is a neat area. Very, very provincial, very, very provincial. Get a Fidelity or a Schwab account. They reimburse all ATM fees. Link those accounts to your American bank account. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that, or maybe doing a Navy Federal or one of those accounts. I might try that too. But I actually did download what is it? Remitly. I downloaded the Remitly app and I signed in on that. So I'll try that next month and see how that works. So we'll see how that works, and then who knows? We'll see if it's the bank thing or what. But I guess I can always pay with my bank card every month. Sarawak is in Malaysia, unlike regular Malaysian visa. Sarawak has less requirements for regular Malaysian visa. I heard that you can get a long-term visa in Malaysia, and it's a pretty decent deal, but I haven't looked into any of the details yet. So I want to check out Kuala Lumpur first and see if it's maybe a place that I want to spend more time there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. What else? What else you guys want to talk about? We got 18 in the chat right now, so appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, guys. I would appreciate that. That way, it helps the algorithms. So I don't know how many thumbs up we have, but let's see. See if I can figure this out. How many do we have? What else you guys want to chat about? Chat's wide open right now. I'm celebrating my 15,000 subscribers. I wish it happened overnight, so I was asleep, so I couldn't tell who was the 15,000th. That would have been kind of cool. I give you a free membership. But let's see what else we got going on. SendWave can use your US account like Remitly. Okay, SendWave. Okay, I'll check into that too. You can also send to Gcash. No, no. Gcash is, so I had Gcash. When I first moved to the Philippines back in 2022, I got a Philippine phone number because you have to have a Philippine phone number in order to sign up for Gcash. So I signed up. It took 2 months, at least 2 months, probably more. Took 2 months to get verified through Gcash. And then when I left, my plan was to come back and come back to the Philippines and keep my SIM card because it was a postpaid. So when I left the Philippines last year, I said I want to cancel my Wi-Fi, but I want to keep my my postpaid SIM card. Okay, so I thought I explained that perfect. Well, little did I know, I wasn't paying attention because it was coming out of one of my credit cards monthly, so I wasn't watching that because I don't. That's a card I never use, so I never really paid attention. So I got back to the Philippines in May or March of this year, and I couldn't use my card or my SIM card. It wasn't working. So I went into Globe and found out that they canceled my SIM card but kept my Wi-Fi. So I was paying Wi-Fi all these months, and so I had to get a new SIM card because they said the SIM card, it was inactive too long, so that number was no longer issued or something. So I had to get a new SIM card. So I had to re-register for Gcash, and at that point, my ACR card had expired. My alien certificate of registration card. So I didn't have an ID that they would accept for Gcash verification. So I ended up not being able to get Gcash. So Gcash is a pain in the ass. I'll just put it bluntly. Thanks, Lennox. Congratulations on 15,000. Yeah, that's pretty cool. KL was cool. Some world-class buildings. Malaysia is a Muslim country. Yeah, I know that, but I heard it wasn't as like they don't treat non-Muslims as like you would think they would. So it's pretty laid back, especially in KL. I heard it's and people speak English pretty well there, and the food is amazing from what I understand, and it's really cheap. JJ, what do you think about getting a scooter or car? Is it worth it? Do you really need your own transportation? If you lived in, like if I were to live in Hua Hin, I would get a scooter. If I were to live in Bacolod or Iloilo or some of the smaller province areas in the Philippines, or even Pattaya here in Thailand, or Chiang Mai in Thailand, I would probably get a scooter. Here in Bangkok, I don't really need it because transportation's so easy to hop around. Plus, the traffic is so bad. Same with Metro Manila. I would not get a scooter or a car in Metro Manila because it's just, to me, the traffic is so bad, it would be really difficult to get around. I would be afraid to drive in Bangkok. Malaysia is really nice. KL is really clean, and you don't have to worry too much about crime. The food is better than the Philippines. I know I've been to both. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Filipino food. Some of it's okay, but most of it's too much salt, too much sugar, too much grease. So it's easy. And then add on top of that rice with every meal, and it'd be really easy to gain a lot of weight being in the Philippines. You really have to watch what you're eating and get your exercise in. But yeah, I wouldn't get a vehicle unless I lived in a smaller area. Hua Hin, I would definitely get a vehicle, a car or a bike. If I had a girlfriend or a family, it would be a car, obviously. If it was just me, just a bike, be good. I don't know anything about that. So, Angelo, thanks for your post. You guys can look that up. JJ and everyone, have a great night. Simply Social, you too. Uh-oh, my camera's going bonkers on me. You have a great night too. Have you been to, there's a guy in Da Nang, Vietnam, and I want to say that's his his channel name, Simply Social. Have you been to Da Nang? Did you live there before? All right. The Sandwave app, you can pay bills to your landlord's bank or to their Gcash. Only reason I mentioned it, I had a headache. My Gcash number was recycled. Took 45 days. Went with Maya and Sendwave. Okay, Sendwave. Okay, yeah, yeah. Gcash is a pain in the ass, but if you can send money from that Sendwave to a Gcash number without actually needing Gcash, that would be the way to go. Yeah. No, I've never been out of the States. It will be my first time. Okay, so there's a guy in Da Nang, Vietnam. He's got a YouTube channel, and it's similar to the name of your YouTube, Simply Social or Social Sammy, I think is what it is. I think that's Social Sammy. I think that's what his channel is. So anyway, or Simply Sammy maybe, or something like that. HR 7442 is only for U.S. citizens 65 and above. I have no idea what that is. I'm not in the Philippines now, so I've kind of lost touch on what's going on there. But maybe if Rigby's still on, maybe he knows more about that than I would. So, but yeah, now I'm kind of in that Thailand swing. But my videos are kind of like contrast and compare Thailand with BGC or Bangkok with BGC or Thailand with the Philippines. So I've been kind of doing things like that. Like my last video was the 3 scams that I had in the Philippines, but I have a bonus one. So if you haven't watched the video yet, go ahead and watch it, because I've got a bonus one in there that was a Thailand scam. We talked about it earlier about my money exchange issue. Yeah, so I'll just I'll just keep doing videos about Thailand, videos about Bangkok, videos about the Philippines, whatever you guys want to talk about, because that's kind of what I do. I just share my experiences, even the bad ones with the scams. Those were my scams. That happened to me when I first moved out to the Philippines. They all happened to me, and it's funny. The comments I'm getting on my videos. I've lived in the Philippines for 20 years and I've never been scammed. It's like, okay, great. All I hear is about how bad it is in the Philippines, people getting scammed. But the people that commented on that video, they're the only ones that never got scammed. So I'm not too ashamed to admit when I got screwed out of some money. And they weren't big amounts, but they were to that extent where I feel violated. Like, dang it, I got screwed on that money. Why am I so stupid? So I did that exact thing, avoid the headache. I tried sending money to my Filipina to pay with her Gcash for a meal while I use the CR. The app is not loading, and I pay with my credit card in the end. Yeah. Yeah. CR is comfort room for those that aren't familiar with the Philippines. That's the toilet, the bathroom. Bataan recommended. Yeah, Bataan's nice up in northern Luzon. Excuse me. Is that bill to make American Medicare valid in foreign countries, Angelo? Yeah, that's a good question. What is that bill exactly? I'm not sure if that's the HR 7442. Is that a House bill for the Philippine government, or is that a House bill for the U.S.? Is that in the U.S. Congress? Because I know the Philippines, their government is very similar to ours. They set up their constitution very similar to ours. They set up their government very similar to ours as far as the branches. So when they put in bills, it's done a similar way. It goes through their Congress first, like this HR 7442. That's a bill. That's the name of a bill. And once that's passed, then they have to go through the Senate. Once that's passed, then it goes to the president to sign as law. I learned that from watching watching ABC Saturday morning cartoons with what was that? The rock cartoon. Oh shoot, I can't think of the name of it now. But one of the ones was I am just a bill. For me, I am still just a bill. And the other one I remember is conjunction junction. What's your function? Putting together words and phrases. But it was something rock. I can't think of the name of it now. Schoolhouse Rock, I think it was called. Anyway, boy, that ages me, doesn't it? I did the exact. Oh, we saw that already. Sorry about that. But yeah, okay. So still waiting to hear back from Angelo on the bill. That would be cool, because if that were the case, but then you have to be a retiree. Do you have to have a retirement visa in the Philippines, or do you have to be just living there overseas, even on a tourist visa? Because if that's the case, then maybe someone would get that Medicare Part B, whereas you wouldn't get it before because it doesn't work over here. So anyway, so Schoolhouse Rock. Does anybody remember Schoolhouse Rock from the 70s? It was on ABC, Saturday morning cartoons, and they do Schoolhouse Rock. And the one thing was the bill. It would do all these things, basically teaching kids about history and English and things like that. But they would do it in a way that would be fun. They'd have these songs. And the Bill one was talking about how Bill went from Capitol Hill. I'm just a Bill on Capitol Hill. And anyway, yeah, Schoolhouse Rock. I almost spit my coffee. I grew up watching that too. Thanks for that laugh. Yeah. But for me, I am still just a Bill. It's funny how you remember these odd, obscure things from your youth, but I can't remember what I did with my wallet yesterday. It's so weird. I guess that maybe that's the old timers disease kicking in or something like that. So, but well, I'm glad you got a laugh out of that. I'll have to go watch it on YouTube. You can watch all those on YouTube now. That'll bring back some memories. See, Saturday mornings, it was that and Johnny Quest. I watched Johnny Quest all the time. That was my thing. And Bullwinkle. Those were my go-to cartoons back when I was a kid growing up. Let's see, we got 18 on still. It's we're coming up on about 13 minutes to 2 hours, so we'll stay on up until the 2-hour mark, up until 11 o'clock, and see how things are going after that. So I thought so too. Most of the time when I misplace my stuff, it is usually my Filipina cleaned and did not tell me where she placed it. Exactly. So I always put my keys in one place, right? And one time after she moved in with me, I come home and it's like, or I go to leave and it's like, where the hell are my keys? And see that Buddha back there? They've got the little hand going up like this, and she had hooked them on that instead of I had them on the shelf or somewhere. So, but I didn't know they were there. I'm looking all around. It's like, where the hell are my keys? And she finally told me. So that's pretty funny. Rocky and Bullwinkle, Mr. Magoo. Yeah, boy. We're going nostalgia now, aren't we? That's a US bill. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it would be. So interesting. So I wonder what kind of pork will be in that bill. They just can't do a bill without adding a lot of crap to it. Like the big, bad, beautiful bill. A lot of pork in that too, from what I understand. So anyway, let's not get into politics. I'd rather talk about Saturday morning cartoons. Anybody else remember Johnny Quest? That was it was a cartoon, but it was a kid that'd go on these adventures with his his scientist dad, who was Benton Quest, and then they had a bodyguard named Reese Bannon, and then he had a buddy, Indian friend. Johnny had an Indian friend named Haji, and then they had a little dog Bandit, and they go on these little adventures. And sometimes it'd be sci-fi, it'd be like mad scientist stuff, and it was just kind of a cool thing. I enjoyed watching as a kid, but boy, it was like James Bond as a kid in cartoon version. So Birdman. Not sure what Birdman is, but I like your little penguin there. That looks like Tennessee Tuxedo. You remember that? Tennessee Tuxedo and his tails and his walrus friend, I think Chumley. Cartoon. Okay, Birdman cartoon. Not familiar with that. Bullwinkle is my thing. I love the different vignette cartoons in Bullwinkle. They had Fractured Fairy Tales, which was kind of a poetic thing that was fun. They had Dudley Do Right of the Mounties. What else did they have? I can't remember what else, but it was all in that Bullwinkle cartoons. Bullwinkle and his friends. Yeah. So living a little nostalgia on a Sunday morning here in Bangkok, Thailand. Almost out of my coffee. It's actually a Linux tuxedo, the penguin logo of the Linux programming language. Linux. Okay, Linux. Okay, gotcha. Linux, which is kind of a Windows, kind of the alternative Windows-based systems. So I know what Linux is now. I was just pronouncing it wrong. Linux. Peabody and Sherman. Yes, that's another one with the time machine, the Wayback Machine. Oh man, those were fun. But they'd teach you history. That's what's so neat about it. They would always be teaching you history. So that was the neat thing about cartoons back in the day. Show your girl. Yeah, definitely. All right, here we go. Sponsored by Guam Republican Google. Okay. Thank you. SRV Google. Okay. For the retirement. Okay. Gotcha. I know a friend. He used to live in Guam, but he lives in the Philippines now. He'd be all over that. He'd be all for that. You reference things that she actually wants to learn. Yeah. Isn't that great? Yeah. You got a Filipina that's willing to learn things. My girlfriend, when I was living in the Philippines, she was huge on. She loved. We watched Stranger Things, so we'd always watch that at least 2 episodes a night, and that was one of the series we watched. Reacher was another one. What else did we? Oh, Lord of the Rings. She loved the Lord of the Rings. She cried. So let's see. I had her nephews watch a Goosebumps movie and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah, now we're getting to the 80s. Did you have them watch Goonies? Haven't watched Goonies. She loved it. She loved the Back to the Future movies too. Yeah, my girlfriend watched the first one. That's funny. Yeah, have her watched all those 80s movies. Goonies, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. I'm not a big fan of the second two. The first one I liked. First one is good, but all the old John Hughes movies, Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Risky Business. What else? 16 Candles. What's another one? What's another John Hughes movie? Um, Anything Chuck Norris? Okay. Yeah. I'm more old school than that. I'm thinking um, anything in the Bruce Lee stuff. Her nephew watched an old He-Man and Thundercats cartoon. She loved Weird Science too, and Ferris. Yeah, Weird Science is. I think Weird Science is another John Hughes movie. Um, what's the other one? 16 Candles and the other one with Molly Ringwald. I can't think of it. Another senior moment. But boy, we're getting way off. We're going around a lot of rabbit holes here, going down these rabbit holes. But it's fun reminiscing. So, but guys, any other questions for me as far as Thailand or the Philippines that I might be able to answer, or maybe somebody on the chat can answer? Be more than happy to do that. Or we can keep talking about Saturday morning cartoons. What's your favorite? What's your favorite cereal that you ate in the morning? I remember we used to get. I didn't really like the cereal so much. It was alphabets and not honeycombs. The sugar with the sugar bear. Anyway, I get those because they had you can cut out the record in the back and play it on your record player. So those of you that are too young to know what a record player is, Google it. Honey Smacks or Sugar Smacks. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, they had these, you could cut out the records on the back. And so I get like the Jackson 5 ABC on the back of it, or the Archie's Sugar Sugar, or the Monkeys. I think you can actually get that there. So anyway, that's another thing. I love the breakfast cereal just for that. Are you doing Airbnbs there? I was looking at housing there too. No, I have a lease. I got a 1-year lease on this condo here. I'm on the south end of Bangkok in the district of Samut Prakan, and I'm on the 19th floor. I face the west, so I face away from Bangkok, so I don't get the beautiful skylight view or landscape view of Bangkok. But my rent's super cheap. I'm right off the MRT yellow line, so I just walk right outside in 3 minutes. Walking up in the MRT, I'm right there at the station, and then I'm one stop to Sukhumvit Green Line, which will take me to central Bangkok. So 30 minutes to Phrom Phong, basically 35 minutes to Asok. So I'm, super close. And I got my Rabbit card here. So, whoops, I don't have it on there anymore. It's back there. Anyway, I got a Rabbit card. So I just put money on that. So I use my Rabbit card when I hit the BTS. It works at this MRT. It doesn't work at the subway ones, but it works on the monorails here. But yeah, it's super easy to get around. Honey Smacks. I have a question. Since you travel with your Filipino girlfriend, any tips on traveling? I know about the exit tax at the airport, planning a trip with my girl. Actually, I have not traveled with a Filipina anywhere. So I would not be the one to be the expert on that. Now, if Rigby's still on, he travels a lot with his Filipina girlfriend. So he can tell you the process. The first time is the hardest. I know that. There's a lot of things you have to do, a lot of paperwork you have to fill out. You have to sign a letter that states that you are responsible for your Filipina to get her back home in case something goes wrong. She has to show that she's got money available in her bank account, that so if things go wrong, she can get back. You have to show that you guys are together. as a couple. So you have to improve that, like showing pictures of being together, dates, receipts. I guess it's almost like filling out a K-1 visa. That's how extended. That's how intense it is, I guess. But once you do the first time, once she gets that first stamp in her passport, then things get a little easier. So it's not quite as bad. Let's see, to Thailand. Oh, you're planning a trip with your girl to Thailand in the winter. Yeah. So apologies. No problems, Linux. I saw another YouTuber dump a lot of money and she did not get approved. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, they can get off-boarded. They'll get questioned sometimes as long as 90 minutes questioned on who you're with. You won't get questioned as the foreigner. You'll get some questions, but not to the extent I think their biggest thing is they want to prevent any trafficking issues, which I can understand that. But sometimes they go to the extreme, I think, and sometimes they just depends on who which immigration officer you're speaking with and what kind of day they're having. Maybe, I don't know. It's like I said, in the Philippines, everything's different. It's not a uniform, standardized process. So you just have to go through that, and hopefully they don't get off-boarded, because then you're stuck. You paid for the ticket. You can stay or go and leave her behind. I don't know what you would do. How true is the Thailand government getting tough on expats and losing tourists? Kindly expound, please. Okay, so the tourism thing. So tourism is down. It's still good compared to most other countries. Now, I will say that this first quarter, from the numbers I'm looking at, Malaysia has surpassed Thailand for the first time in decades as being the number one tourist spot in Southeast Asia. I think even Vietnam is right up there too. So Thailand tourism is down. The major decline is with Chinese tourists. And I think part of the problem with the Chinese tourism being down is there, a few months ago, there was a Chinese actor, I believe. He got kidnapped and lost his life, I believe. And so there's a big worry from the Chinese tourism about going there, coming here and feeling safe. I think that was one of the main concerns. Another one was you had a big earthquake in Myanmar that affected a lot of Thailand, including Bangkok. And you saw a lot of videos of that building that collapsed, that high-rise building, like 30 stories high, that collapsed during the earthquake here in Bangkok. And a lot of the thought was, oh my God, Bangkok's not safe. If another earthquake happens, all these buildings are going to collapse. Well, that's not the case. The case, they found out that it was faulty steel that was being used to build this condo coming from another country. And I won't mention the other country, but you can look it up. So that was those two things together, plus the fact that they're cracking down on tourists opening up bank accounts, for long-term stay. They're cracking down on tourists doing visa runs and then coming right back. So they're being a little more stringent as far as entering the country again after you've been here a while, and you leave and you come back to try to get your new 60-day visa free. They've also been talking about changing that 60-day visa free back down to 30 days where it was last year. So there's probably some thinking along the lines of, well, if I wanted to go to Thailand and do a cross-country trek, as a backpacker, going from north to south, it's going to take me more than 30 days. So what's the point? So maybe I'll go somewhere else where it's a little easier. Like Vietnam, you can get 90 days entry on a visa. So there's that. So I think all those things combined has kind of contributed to these tourist numbers being low. Um, that's kind of, those are the things that are happening, and those are the things that, in my opinion, are part of the problem of tourism being down. Now, you can tell if you're down in Bangkok, if you're downtown Bangkok, you can tell that there's not as many people as there usually are. We were in Hua Hin last week, and it was dead. There was hardly anybody around. So that would be, to me, it's like, hey, when's a good time to come to Thailand? Now is a good time to come to Thailand because there's not a lot of people here. So prices are going to be lower because they're just going to drop the prices a little bit because the number of people are down as far as visitors. So I would think, the weather's nice. It is rainy season, but it rains a couple hours a day and then it's nice. So it's cooler temps. The temps are in the 80s. So really, when you think about it, this is a great time to come to Thailand or to Bangkok. So let me see. Did I get this right? It is crazy trying to get a Filipina girlfriend a visa for countries outside of Southeast Asia. Watch Tom and Lay. She just got rejected for little reasons. Yeah, especially if you want to go to the U.S. It's like nearly impossible for a Filipina to get a visa to the U.S. That takes forever. A lot of hit or miss. Yeah, absolutely. Shenzhen. Yeah, I almost took a job there in China back in 2016. I was going to go there on a 15-month contract to teach English in Shenzhen. That's what you're referring to. Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. A lot stricter. Interesting. Should travel within Asia at that point. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you stay within Asia, once she starts getting, a Filipina starts getting stamps in her passport, it becomes a lot easier to a point where they don't even pay attention. They just look, see all her stamps. She's come back every time. Boom. No, usually no problem. That I do know from talking with my friends. Even tougher for some foreigners. Like a Filipina needs a visa for Japan or Singapore, you can go on a cruise ship and still go to Japan and just go to Jeju Island and not need one. Interesting. And not Singapore. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not a big cruise ship kind of guy. I just never been one of those people that would care much for a cruise ship. All right, we still got 20 on. It's about 7 after 11, 8 after 11, or yeah, 7 after 11. So what else do you guys want to talk about that we haven't talked about before? Make sure you hit that like button for me. I appreciate that. That way, when this processes, it gets out to more people so more people can see my video. That's all. I just want to share my experiences and your experiences because you guys have contributed a lot on this chat, which I appreciate so much. And I'm super happy. I'm super happy that I got 15,000 subscribers now. So make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that for me. Doesn't cost anything to be a subscriber. You can become a member. It's only 99 cents a month. That's the cheapest rate I can give you. But I'm going to start. I've got some membership only videos I've got on there now, but I'll start posting once I start getting more members or any members for that matter. I'll start posting content that's just for members only. And, it's something that you'll get to see it as a member before anybody else does. Some things like that. So let's see, where else are we? I want to know what coffee you like. That video of you and Evan there was about 5 cups on the table. Yeah. Oh, that was where we were at the Shangri-La at the High Street Lounge in Shangri-La, which is a really nice. Shangri-La is a great hotel, really, high class hotel right there on High Street in BGC. And we met there and had coffee, and It was good coffee. I'm a Americano, hot black Americano. That's what I like. Um, I'm not big into iced coffee so much. Once in a while, I may get a latte if I'm really hot, or a frappuccino. Excuse me, and check that out. I don't like Starbucks. I'm more into the local. So here in Bangkok, I go to a place called 39 Craft Coffee, which is right off the Prompong um, Sukhumvit BTS. It's in the Prompong area. It's um, it's called 39 Craft Coffee. I go there for breakfast. They're not open on Sundays, but every other day of the week they're open. I'll go there, and they've got a street vendor right outside where you can get good Thai, um, traditional Thai, authentic street food, and then you can eat it inside. And you just get your food. They put your plate inside. You go in, you order your coffee, and you can eat inside there. And it's super cheap. And that's my number one spot to go to in Bangkok is for my coffee. Is that does not have the kick I need. You need the double espresso. I miss Vietnam coffee with the butter. Yeah, or the egg coffee. Oh, the egg coffee is super good. I had that in Da Nang. It's really really good. Yeah, I do like coffee in Vietnam. There's a couple of places in Da Nang I go to. Um, I'm trying to think of the names of the places right now. It's escaping me. But if you're in Da Nang, yeah, the egg is really good. Egg coffee is super good. It's almost like an eggnog with your coffee. It's really good. If you haven't tried it yet, try it. I think you'll like it. It tastes better than it sounds. You know, when you think egg and coffee it doesn't really mix, this tastes a lot better than it sounds. So, but yeah, in Bangkok, there's so many great places to get coffee. You can't really go wrong. And of course, they've got all the places, the Starbucks. Vietnam, the one of the local kind of the Starbucks type of coffee place in Vietnam is oh, what is it? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it now. Um, it'll come to me out of the blue, but they've got like a franchise coffee shop in Vietnam. Here, let me look it up. I can tell you in seconds. Um, I can't believe I can't think of it. This is showing me all the local ones, not the franchisee ones. Um, anybody know what I'm talking about here? I think I need more coffee to wake up the brain. Um, gosh, what is the name of that? Well, there's Cafe Amazons here. That's kind of a franchisee place, but that's not the one I'm thinking of in Vietnam. The one I'm thinking of in Vietnam is oh, hmm, everything I'm looking is not it. And let's try Da Nang. You would think it'd be listed right up on top. But no, it's not. It's nice that they put all the local places up, though. Let's see if I can find my coffee shops that I go to. Lou Coffee. Okay, that's one. Here, let me share the screen so you guys got something to look at while I'm goofing around. Okay, so Lou Coffee, it was right down from where I lived. That's a really neat little place where it's just a really cool area. And then another place I used to go all the time was right at the corner where I lived in An Thwang 3. So it was right. I got to take my glasses off so I can read this. An Thwang 3 right here. And it was right at the corner here. I don't know why it's not. Oh, Echo Green Cafe. Really nice little coffee shop. Great food too. But then what I'm thinking of, the place that everybody goes, and gosh, what is the name of it? This is crazy. I'm going to kick myself when I see it. But anybody get it yet? Let's go back to the chat. Hello, JJ. Please tell me, if you are in Thailand and you do a visa run, there is no guarantee that you will be able to come back again. It means you have to assume that you will not be allowed in. Therefore, you have to give up your accommodations and finish all your business before leaving Thailand. Do I understand this correctly? So yes and no. So let me get out of this. Okay, so when I come here, I come here on a 60-day visa free, and then I extend 30, so I get 90 days, and then when I leave, I stay away for a while. So as long as you're not continually coming right back, like do those border runs to Cambodia and come right back, or leave and come back the next day, I don't think you're going to get in trouble. If you leave, like when I left in March, actually February. I left in February of this year, and I came back in May. So I was gone for almost 3 months. And so I came back in May. It's basically, they look at you and it's like, okay, you've been gone for a long enough time. But if you were to come back like in a week, I think they would start looking at you differently. Like, are you living here? So I'm not too worried because when I leave at the end of July or 1st of August, when my 90 days are up, I'm going to Cambodia, and then I'm going to be there for a couple of weeks, and then I probably will be going right from there to Thailand, or I'm sorry, to Vietnam, or maybe back to the Philippines. So I'll be gone for a couple of months, and I'll just keep paying my rent here. It's so cheap. It's like $350 a month. So it's not like I'm out a ton of money, and I don't have to pack everything that I've owned here in order to travel, or don't have to put it in storage. I've got a home base to come home to every 2 or 3 months. So I think that's not going to be an issue. So yeah, leave before the 90 days. Yeah, you don't want to overextend and then fly back in. Yeah. People do visa runs in Thailand and Vietnam a lot. Yeah, in Vietnam, I know they do those 90-day visa runs, and they just get on a bus. They'll pay the agent like 150 or 160 US dollars. They drive 6 hours to the Cambodia border. You get a Cambodia stamp. You get your new 90-day visa stamp for Vietnam, and then you drive 6 hours back, and cost you $160, something like that for that. I've never done that, but I've heard in Vietnam there's never been an issue with any of that. So let's see. Maybe they do a lot of them, but you have no guarantee that you will be let in. they can stop you at the airport and turn you around. Yeah, that's true. They can. But if you don't come here, if they start looking at you and you're here more than 180 days, that's when they start really paying attention to you. So they'll take a look at that if you're over that 180-day mark. I had a buddy do Vietnam, then Thailand, but 60 to 90 days each time. Yeah. He works remote. He has 2 virtual boxes. He has one for Vietnam and one for Thailand. $10 a pop is not bad. Yeah. I have a US and UK virtual box at one location myself. I have my cousin's house. That's the address I use. So I don't have a virtual box. So any mail that I get, they contact me. And if it's something important, I'll have them mail it to me. But usually it's like, if it's a bank card, that's like my new bank card. If my old one expires, I just register it online, and I've got my mobile wallet, my virtual bank card. So I don't have the plastic. I don't have the plastic. I never use that. So anyway, so that's what I do with that. Oh, okay. We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes. Anything else? We'll go another 10 minutes and see how things are. See if we're still getting a lot of chat. That's the thing. If we're getting a lot of chat, I'll keep talking. I'll keep chatting with you guys. I need to get more coffee here eventually. I need to go somewhere and get some coffee. So here's my plan today. I think after we're done today, I need to go get lunch. I haven't eaten. I didn't have breakfast. So I think I'll hop on the train and head down to Phrom Phong or maybe a Silk area. I might go to Terminal 21. 5th floor in Terminal 21 is the food court. And I've got my little Pier 21 food card with money on it. So I may get something really cheap, get some Thai food there, get that for lunch, and just kind of hang around there, maybe do some videos taping while I'm out and about. And then tonight I'll go watch that live band at the, what's the name of the place? I tell you, I'm just not having a good day with my memory today. I need to have more fish oil or something, something that will help my memory more. Let's see. One of my subscribers turned me on to this live music at W District. Maybe he's on the chat here. You can tell me. Fishbone Live. That's the place. That's where I'm heading tonight, probably. Watch some live music. I hope you enjoy Thailand better than the rain in Manila. Yeah, there is flooding here. You can get flooding here that can be pretty extensive, but nothing like Manila with the they get a lot of typhoons in the Philippines, a lot. They get a lot of earthquakes, a lot of volcanic activity. All right, see you, Thomas. See you next time. Thanks for coming on. Think you might need another cup of coffee or some chow food. Yeah, I definitely need something. I'll get some. I don't know if I need more coffee. I'll start getting all jittery, but I will definitely need something in my tummy, some food. Please tell me the worst case scenario, if you are refused entry, after what period of time you can legally fly again? You mean fly, like if I'm denied entry into Thailand, when am I able to come back? Probably within a month. I would think. It depends how long I've been out. That's why I'm saying if I leave Thailand and I'm gone for 2 months and I come back, I don't think I'm going to have an issue coming back. If I leave for a day and I come back, then I may have an issue. But I've had friends recently that have left and come back in a week and they've had no problems. So it's just kind of it's a flip of a coin, maybe. I don't know. But when I leave at the end of July, I'm going to be gone for a little while, at least a month. So I don't see me having any problems because I've got my new passport. So there's only one stamp in my passport to Thailand. And everything starts over at the beginning of the year, calendar year. So they start looking at your stamps in that calendar year, from what I understand. So I don't think there's going to be an issue. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. All right. What else? What else you got for me, guys? We'll go 5 more minutes and then we'll call it good. How was that? I briefly saw the passport snafu. Oh, so getting my passport. So that's why I went back to Bangkok, or went back to BGC, back to the Philippines, because I was more comfortable waiting to get my new passport when I was there, rather than doing it in Vietnam or doing it in Bangkok, where I wasn't familiar with where the embassy was, or I would have had to go to Hanoi, to the U.S. embassy there, or to the consulate in Ho Chi Minh City. And so I'd never been to Hanoi. Ho Chi Minh City, I don't like that too much. It's really hard to get around. And in Bangkok, I just wasn't familiar with where the embassy was or anything like that. I knew where the embassy was in Philippines. I was comfortable being in the Philippines, being in Metro Manila, being BGC. And so once I figured out how to mail my passport in, then the process was basically wait. And I got my passport, my new passport, my old one back in 6 weeks, basically. It was like not even 6 weeks. But the mail-in process was kind of an issue because all the information online was wrong as far as what carrier mails to the U.S. Embassy, where they are, where they're located. All that online information was wrong. So I had to, and if you want to go back and find that video, you can. But once I found out who mails to the U.S. Embassy, there's only one carrier. And then how much it costs, what you need, because you need to fill out information. You need your picture. You need to write forms filled out, and then you need to mail it in. And then I was a little leery about, I'm mailing in my passport, so I don't have my passport. So that was kind of, I'll see. Hopefully I'll get it back. So, but I felt pretty confident I was going to get it back, and I did. So it wasn't an issue. You bet, Texas Ranger, no problem. You are welcome. Did you go through an embassy or agency or embassy? I might have to renew mine. No, I just, so you go online and there's a form, and I can't remember the number on the form and the name of the form, but you find it. There's 2 forms. One, if you're going to the embassy to turn it in person, and one if you're going to mail your passport in. And I chose to mail it in. So you print that out, you fill it out. It's like 3 pages. And then you have to get a 2x2 size picture, like a passport picture. And you have to attach that. You have to staple it to the front page of your form. Now, one of the issues I had was, if you just go to, you can get these photos taken at, there's a place right there on the first floor of Market and BGC, but there's places all over the Metro Manila in the Philippines where you can get your passport picture taken. But don't just tell them I need a passport picture taken, because they'll give you the wrong size. Because from what I understand, Philippines size is like 2 by 1.5 or 2 by 1.25. So it's kind of a vertical size, like a portrait. It's not square. The U.S. embassy or the U.S. passport portraits are 2 by 2 square. So you have to make sure you tell them up front before they print it out. It needs to be 2 by 2. So once you do that, it's like 100 pesos to get it or something like that, or 200 pesos, not very much. Anyway, so you pay that, you attach it to the form, and then you go to, I think it's called LBC, which is the carrier that does, it's the only carrier that mails directly to the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines. So you go to this LBC, and there's one in, there's now not all of them do the passport mailing. Some of them only do visa extensions or retirement extensions or something like that, but they don't do the passport mailing. So there's only certain ones that do. So I found the one in, where was it? In Pasig, at the mall there, and at Robinson's Mall in Pasig. And that one did the passport mailing. And she was very good about it. She helped me out because I had the wrong address. So she gave me the right information to fill out. So I filled out all the information, gave her the forms, gave her my passport. And it was like, I paid online. I paid for the renewal online through the U.S. Embassy. So I got that taken care of. And then the mail itself, the cost of the mail itself was only like maybe 200 pesos. So like $4. It wasn't very much at all. Maybe it wasn't even that. It was very insignificant amount. Anyway, so I paid that, put it in the envelope. They sealed it all up, and I had the address on there and the return. And I was staying at my old condo. I had a 3-month lease on there, so I had my address there. So I just mailed it in and just waited. And about 5 or 6 weeks, I got it back. Got them both back at the same day. So it all turned out really good. So I did it all myself. So that was cool. Not trying to go back to the States if I can avoid it. Yeah, I did not want to. That was the last thing I wanted to do, was have to go back to the U.S. to get my new passport. Absolutely wrong. No. I've heard that people describe Da Nang in Vietnam as the Miami of Asia. Is this true? One, I've never been to Miami. The beach is beautiful. I wouldn't say, I don't know if you would call it Miami, but I don't know. Like I said, I've never been to Miami, but it's really nice. I like it. It's like 1.5 million people population, but it doesn't feel that big to me because the city is kind of broke down into different districts. So you got basically the river district, which is separate from the district where I was at, which is An Thuong, and there's a few of those districts that go up and down Da Nang, but then it's about 3 or 4 blocks away from the beach. So you've got that whole beach area where you've got the big condos, the big hotels that you can stay right there on the beach. So basically you're in different areas, different districts, which to me, it makes it feel a little smaller, and it's really easy to get around. You can take your Grab, you can take bikes, you can take taxis, super easy to get around there. So I like it. I like it a lot. Thanks for the info on the pictures. I took about 4 before coming to the Phil's last run in case I apply for a visa or retirement visa elsewhere. I work remote, but have a pension. All right. Good for you. Yeah, me too. Well, I'm retired, so I don't have to worry about work anymore. This is my work. This is my job. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to call it good. We've been going just over 2.5 hours. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in on chat. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you can one more time. Hit that like button. And I'm planning on, let me see, what's my agenda? I'll probably post a video middle of this week. And then we're doing this every Sunday morning. And I may do another night video here, come here or there. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I'll get a meal in for sure. Thanks, Linux. And You guys, you have a great one. As always, live life, my friend. And until next time, we will definitely talk to you again soon. Take care.